What's up, what's up, y'all? All right. Fade this music out. Bam. All right. What's good, everybody? It's Tuesday the 13th, because I can't keep track of my time. Just got over the virus. Damn, Pepper, what's up, dude? How you feeling, though? Wow. All right, man. I'm glad you're feeling better, dude. That shit's crap. That sucks, bro. I don't want to hear nobody got no viruses, man. It's the wrong time. It's the wrong time in life to be thinking about viruses and shit like that right now. So I'm glad to hear people are over it and doing good. All right. Yeah, how about the beat though? That's free music, man. I just downloaded it off of YouTube's free music thing. They have a whole website full of free music that people done made, and it's free. So I'm like, hey, all right, I'll give that a whirl. Uh, let's see. Who we got all in here? We got Darth, Frank, Pepper, Mr. Phibb. What's up, dude? Edward, what's up, EJ? There's some other people in here who hadn't said the name or anything, hadn't spoke. Like I tell everybody, if y'all are new, hey, what's up, Ken? If y'all are new, please talk a little bit. This is an interactive stream. I don't just sit up here and babble for nothing. I want other people's opinions on stuff too, because I'm not right a lot. I was wrong a lot this last week, so I'm actually out of liquor. Sorry. So I'll have to get some more. I just got some regular old something to drink over here. Nothing important. And I got two different phones here going, so you have to bear with me just a little bit. Let's see. All right. All right. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Matt? That's Matt83, I believe. What's up, Sam? What's up, Rug? All right. Yeah, I'm working two phones here. I had a long day at work. I worked some overtime today. And I think me and Matt were the only ones who worked over today, which sucked. But whatever. That was a last moment thing, and I had to do it. I didn't want to. Anyway, I got the, let's get on into it. We got, it looks like 12 people on. Oh, that's cool. I think we've had up to 19 at one time. And for a Mr. Nobody like myself, it's pretty cool that many people actually show up. So let's see. What's up, Dre? He says, so if I'm right about XMR, you're going to go to the ABC store. Bro, don't ever challenge me to go to the liquor store. Okay, don't ever challenge me to go to the liquor store. They don't know what the ABC store is, by the way, Dre, because the ABC store is only a local thing for us. A lot of people just have regular old liquor stores. They don't have an ABC store like we do. In North Carolina and South Carolina, it's regulated really hard because we're home of moonshine. So we have special stores just to buy liquor. It's pretty gay, but whatever. And if you're gay, I'm cool with that too. Hey, whatever, man. It's 2020. I don't really care. And when I say gay, I mean happy. I don't mean gay as in the tips touching. Whatever. All right. Let's get on into it here. I got Bitcoin pulled up. I had the hourly chart pulled up because I was wrong about Bitcoin, and I missed the call on it. I missed the call on it pretty bad with all this shit right here going up. Man, this sucked. I had it going down, and I kind of should have saw it coming because it caught support. I missed all this. I should have told everyone to get on that and ride that up, but I didn't, and I missed that. I don't like missing. You know what I'm saying? There's more down here. I missed this too. Missed all this. It ended up being a decent percentage because a lot of different charts moved up around 10%. And that would have been a free 10%. I just missed on it. I just straight up missed, man. It sucked. I don't like missing, but I guess it happens to everybody. I'm a wicked sore loser. I really, really don't like losing. More so than anything, I want to know why things work and how they work. And if it don't work the way they're designed to, I want to know why they didn't work the way they were designed to and what I can do what I can do to figure out how to make them work properly. Does that make sense? I have a mechanical brain, and if things don't work right, it makes me wonder. So anyway, if we look at the daily real quick, we see we still got a big patch of resistance up here. Right in here in this area. Still a bunch of resistance right here. Nothing has changed. We have not broken that resistance. We have only peeked up and touched it. I've been looking at this RSI really closely, and we didn't quite get into the overbought range. We just missed it. This would be the overbought range up here, okay? We haven't gotten there yet. I want to see it hit that range. If it hits that, that's when I think we really come down. Also, I pulled a fib on this on the weekly because I think this is where I really missed. I just got caught up looking at the daily. And I should have known better because in the last time when I lost a lot, I was looking at the lower time frames. And I wasn't paying attention to the daily and the weekly and the monthly. All right, well, this time I was paying attention to the daily, but I wasn't paying attention to the monthly so much. Or the weekly. I was looking at it. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at it, but I wasn't really like harping on it. I'm just looking at it going, oh, okay, yeah, it might come down some. I didn't really like focus in. So here's what I missed. We never broke the 21 on the weekly. We stayed over it the whole time. And we know that that's the sell line. That's not the buy line. That's the wait a minute zone in between the 8 and the 21 right in here. Okay. The whole time I should have knew that was just a wait a minute and watch. And if we pop back over, hey, we're going to get in. Okay. That's the first thing I missed. All right. Second thing I missed was we stayed above this big trend line that's going way on back. We just bounced right off of it. Okay. I missed that. Should have saw it. Didn't. And then we look at the weekly here and pull a fib on it and zoom on in here a little bit tighter. We can see it a little better. We see that we have not really gone up here to the sniper line, the 786 and the 886, and we have a pivot point right here above 886. So, did we hit this monthly resistance line and bounce down? Yes, we did. That is also, right near 68 or 71 fib, somewhere around in there. Bounced right off of that. So this could be the top, but, the weekly isn't overbought either. Okay, and this gives me pause. That weekly is not overbought. RSI is moving up a little bit now. The MACD looks ugly. Okay. I know you're going to look at this and say, oh man, that's turning up. But look how high it is. Okay. It's way away. It's way away from the midline. It's a long way from the midline. And these lines tight like this are just begging for you to fall for this. Okay. And I'm not going to fall for this. I'm going to play this out. There's nothing wrong with being in tether. Okay. It's important that everybody remember that. There's nothing wrong with sitting on the sidelines sometimes if you're unsure. As a matter of fact, being on the sidelines when you're unsure is probably the correct play. More people aren't taking that correct play. If you're unsure, just don't. Don't. There's nobody holding a gun to your head telling you to do anything. Nothing I do is financial advice. I'm simply looking at charts and reading them and telling you what I'm going to do. I encourage everybody to do their own thing. I'm one guy doing this. One. Okay, there's a bunch of people in the group that are also doing it. There's some people in the group who aren't so good at TA and they're just kind of following along with some of the others. And that's fine, but I want you to understand it's your money. And no one knows how to spend your money better than you do. All right, remember that. It's your money and no one knows how to spend it better than you do. So be smart with it. Could this be the top? Yes. And this is standard. We had a high and a low, but it was a lower high. And we'll have another lower high. And we're making higher lows here. We got a little short-term uptrend where we got high, low, high, low. Could we do that again up here? Sure, it could happen. I'm not going to discount that. What I don't like seeing is how high this MACD is here. It's way up there. It's begging to come down. The stock touched the bottom, but it didn't really pop. It just kind of moved sideways and up, which makes me think it's going to come down here and ride the bottom, but I got no proof of that. So it's not really a solid indicator. RSI is not overbought or oversold. It's just kind of trading in the middle. I got no reason to think anything pops up right here. I also don't have any reason to think anything falls down yet. So all I know is we're just cruising sideways still. This is a standard looking spinning top candle right here that's doing nothing important. It's rather boring. So the last couple of days we've hardly moved. And we can go down to the lower charts and see some movement, but I mean, be realistic here. How tight is that? Okay, that's close, tight trading. Let me answer some questions first before I get too far off in the damn distance here. Yeah, Glad Pepper's doing good, man. That sucks. I don't like hearing people get sick, bro. That's terrible. Hey, what's up, Rug? Let's see. All right. So if I'm right here about XMR, we're going to the liquor store. Yeah, we'll pull up XMR in a second. You're passing it. You're passing it. You're past the liquor store. That's pretty good. We got ABC, said Frank. Yep, Florida's a little different. My screen is blurry. Give it a second, Dre, and you might need to refresh. And if you refresh, look in the corner and change the ratio. Because it's happened to me before where it got out of 720. It went to like 460 or 320. And it wasn't a very good resolution. Hey, what's up, Nick? Hey, what's up, Hope? Good to have you. I know a lot of you've been working a lot. Quote unquote work. We know how hard y'all nurses work. Nah, man, y'all got a shit ton of stuff on your plate. So, all right. Anyway, oh, okay, sweet, you got it. Good deal. It happens to me sometimes when I'm watching other streams. Like it'll do that same thing, Dre, where it gets a little blurry. It's like autofocus for YouTube, and they use that to kind of cut back on bandwidth because a lot of people watch YouTube and a lot of people use bandwidth. So I know it looks like I got a lot on the screen here, and I'll take these fibs away so it doesn't look so messy. And I added this little daily line in here because I thought maybe it would come back and fall to this daily line, which is around 11.1. But either way, this isn't moon to me at all. This looks just like this, the standard price action of moving up and then taking a higher low, and then price action up and making a higher low. It could make a higher low here and test this trend line that it broke on the pennant. And then it's got a decision to make from there. Does it hang out on top of the pivot or does it fall into the pivot? We haven't tested this pivot line. That's another thing I wanted to bring up, y'all. I say this all the time. We didn't test this line yet. Look. I'll be straight up with you. We haven't. Look, we popped right through this pivot line, didn't test it. We blew right through the 8, didn't really test it. We blew right through the 50, didn't test it. You mean to tell me you think this thing's just going to keep on going without coming back and testing it when it does it all the time, okay? All the time. We're working towards a 50 and 100 cross right here. I believe this is called the OSCU cross now because we voted on that. It looks like that 50 and 100 is going to cross, or is this 50 going to pop up? We don't know yet. Crossing would be bad. We have to wait and see. We look at the Bitcoin futures chart. We see she made a gap. She made a gap at the 50, went way over it, and has started to correct back down. Bounced right off of R1. This chart has gaps, but it's a little bit more technical than the regular Bitcoin chart, which is neat. It's got a little bit better. I know the gaps throw you off or whatever, but if you just take the gaps away and look at the candles for what they are, you see the technicals are a little bit more solid on this than the Binance chart because CME guys don't play, man. They're very, very technical. This would be weekly. But as you see, same thing over here, 716, the 71, and the 68. God, I'm out of it. But it also bounced right off of R1 and got caught. And when it does this, it usually happens again. Okay, and then if it can't break it the second time, it'll come on down. You see we got the 8 crossing through the 50. That's cool. We're getting the price action to follow that with down. That's a tits move. We had the up. Now we're getting a down. Will this keep going up? It's quite possible that it could push this resistance. Has it yet? No. Could it? It has room if the indicators kind of want to do that. You see it's crossed the midline here on the MACD. See that? Now this can keep coming up or it can turn down. We don't know yet. Haven't seen it. I know we got some gaps in the chart. We got one here. And we also have our gap down there at the bottom in the pink box that it still hasn't closed. So, unfortunately, we just got to suck it up and wait. There's nothing we can do. I wish there was more I could say. It's just not there. Interestingly enough, what we saw is, pull this up real fast. Here, where the 8 and the 20, the 50 and the 100 tried to meet, we had this pop up in the price action. Now look at this. If we look at Algorand, okay, the 50 and the 100. Now I still got this drawing up that I did, and I haven't taken it down yet. I want to leave it up here to measure myself on what I thought would happen. All right. So we had the 50 and the 100 actually. The 50 blew through this right here. We didn't get the same action that Bitcoin got. Bitcoin got that good pop, right? We didn't get that here. We had more chop to get through than Bitcoin did. Bitcoin just made a solid fall and then started chopping its way back up. All right, Algorand didn't do that. It fell, hesitated, and then fell again. The MAs were in a different position. The moving averages were in a different position. This, understand, is why each coin is different, and you cannot chart everything expecting it to follow Bitcoin perfectly. It doesn't work like that. If that was the case, then every coin paired to BTC would be a completely flat chart. None of them are. None. Zero. None are flat. That means each coin moves independently. Do they move in big shifts and swings with Bitcoin? Yes. Do they have their own price action? Oh my God, yes, we're looking at it. Okay? It's completely different. So, we had a similar move from Bitcoin. We had this double bottom formation right here, right on the trend line and moved up. Okay? Again, something else I should have played. I should have played the double bottom. I kind of got the feeling that a triple bottom was going to happen, though. Now we're seeing it maybe start to play out here. We see that this green candle right here made a really long wick. We don't like to see that. That's an indecisive green candle. Followed by a spinning top, and then another red candle on the back of that. So it looks like it's either going to test this 8 and the 21 right here, or we're going to come down more. And if so, I've got it drawn out how I think it's going to happen. I could pull this out of the way here so it's not right in everybody's face. So you can kind of see it a little better. I missed it exactly. Like I was really close with this arrow. Okay, it went right where I said. I thought this was just going to be a little up and test the 200 and then come down. And I'll show you what I mean on another chart. I thought it was just going to kind of come up here and then fall. It didn't. It popped up more. And it actually broke the pennant north, which made me think instantly bullish. Didn't get this price action right here, though. We got pushed down by the MAs. It looks like she's going to line up a little bit here. It's going to make these MAs flatten out, and they're going to line up in correct order. That's going to take some time, though. And I am looking forward to seeing that. Whether on top or on bottom or whatever, I don't care. We're going to see the moving averages flatten out. And we can make a decision on what to do from there. Each coin's different. And we'll look at them again as this happens. Okay, I think in the coming week or two, we're going to see some heavy price action here. I'm expecting it anyway. Yeah, let's look at one harmony, and I'll show you here. Look at this one, how it got trapped under the 200. Okay, it did the down move. Tried to pop up like Algorand did. Instead, it came down farther and completed damn near perfectly to this box. Missed it just barely. But then it got hung under the 200. See? We're just hung under here. Stuck. Okay? Didn't get that same pop-up in price that Algorand did, right? We just fell short of it. It's under the 200 now. This is what I mean. Each coin has a different price action. You cannot expect them to all follow each other perfectly. It doesn't work that way. Are some really, really close to others? Yes. But you need to dial it in and look closely and make sure that that one that you think is really close to this one really is as close as you think. Because you may be wrong. Where's another one? Is it Dusk? It's under the 200 also? I had some time to chart today, and I didn't have a whole lot because I got stuck working. And I actually had to work, which was terrible. It's terrible. Okay, yeah, see, look, this is what One Harmony didn't do. We had the move down below the 200 here, but it actually got up over it, and it wasn't such a hard fall as One Harmony, and it was able to rebound and get back over the 200. This is what One Harmony didn't do, and Dusk did do. It came up and hit the bottom with the exact same moving average look as the other two coins, okay? This one's going to flatten out and go a little faster, in my opinion, because it's ahead. It's ahead chart-wise, not price-wise. It's just ahead chart-wise. Let's see. Let me answer Frank real quick. All right, so real quick, some questions before I get too far ahead. Absolutely, we've seen soft crosses on the 8 and the 21. Annabelle Carter's. What's up? Easy cross awarded to Oscu for honorary indicators. Absolutely. AA got off work early for once. Catch a live. Absolutely. Sailor showed us the same pattern but blocked by the 200, just like One Harmony. If we pop up 200, I'm watching for them to tap the 50 above. Absolutely. Just like Dusk did right here. It actually broke the 200 and hit the 50. Let's see if some others do that. And then we can kind of see, hey, this coin's a little farther along in the chart than this coin. And maybe this one will be one before the other. We'll get in this one before we will the other ones. You know what I'm saying? And we can kind of chart this out and find the ones that are going to move a little before the other ones. There won't be any guessing that way. Nope, got to do each one individually. I completely agree. BTC playing with 1145. Yeah. All right, so let's look at XMR. And I want to pull it up on both sides. Here we go. XMR. We'll pull it up over here too. Perfect. All right. All right, here you go, Drake. It actually hit all three of my boxes. Look at that. It hit all three of them. Understand this. It doesn't get more perfect than that, in my opinion. Look. We are overbought. We are overbought. RSI, stock RSI is high. MACD is screaming high. We hit 1618 perfectly. Look, I mean, that's not me fucking around. Look. That thing is sitting right on 1618. It actually hit the pivot and then gave you another hit. Just to double prove to you that it's there. Man, this chart behaved really well. Really, really, really well. Let's look weekly here. Okay, so weekly is overbought. Look, we're peaking way past into the white. This chart is begging to drop, Dre. Let's look at monthly, because maybe I'm wrong. Monthly is not done. Look, we have room on the monthly. MACD is not to the midline. RSI is high. Stock RSI is high, but the regular RSI is still in the normal trading zone. Okay, now this is the interesting stuff that makes me wonder. Okay, this is like I was saying. We do the June 19 area down to here. And look, man, we blew right through all the important lines. It blew through all of them, man. It got stuck at the 50 a little bit, the pivot, blah, blah, blah. Hit R1, bounced right off the 8, straight up to the next one, which is R2. It's actually over R2. So here's the thing, Dre. If this hangs out right here and closes over this R2 pivot, which is, I think it's on the weekly chart too, right? Yep. If it can hang out up here and close, oh man, it's not going to stop. On the monthly chart, it has more room. The thing is, the weekly's overbought. The daily's overbought. All the 4-hour, 8-hour, 12-hour, 6-hour, all overbought. Overbought. which is screaming sell to me. Now the thing is, what I missed on Bitcoin is like the weekly and the monthly. And we see here clearly that the monthly could have more room. Now could this also fade? Yeah, it could get stuck under R2 and come back and do something else. There's not a whole lot of resistance here monthly. Look, that's why I want to pull up this chart. Let's look at this monthly here first. Month. There's usually more data on CoinTrader. Yeah, there's more data. We're over a lot of it on Monero. But look here. Okay, yeah. Watch this. All right, see? Right at that monthly line. I mean, we're right there at it. And then you got another one here. And it's like one here. See, that's the thing, man. Even if it goes some more, there's not a whole lot of room for it to go. It's going to get stuck. I don't want you to get trapped in this. That's like a short squeeze, man. But it looks good. That's the thing. That look is, hey, but that's the same look as here. You see that? It's a lower high with a drop. A lower high with a drop. And now it's finally making higher highs and higher highs and higher highs. So I'm in between on this one, man. I'm in between on it. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's doing its thing. I don't want to tell you wrong. But you know I'm pessimistic when it comes to this stuff, man. And I see a chart way high like this, I'm taking my shit and getting out. I've been caught in too many shorts, man. I've been caught in too many shorts, dude. Let's see. All right, so XMR, see delayed and was working on last month's part. So if I'm right, you're going to go to the ABC store, yeah. Right, yeah. I'll go to the liquor store. I'll buy whatever you want me to buy. Hold on, tell me what I'm right or wrong. Tell me what we're right about first. Type out what we're right or wrong about so I know what we're talking about. Because if you're going to make me go buy expensive liquor and I could buy coins, I want to know why I'm buying it. So, all right, let's look. Yeah. Weekly OSCU cross. Ooh, yeah. Are you talking about XMR or Bitcoin? I'll look. I'm good. I've pulled enough profits. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. Right. The MACD and monthly is just crossing the midline. Exactly. Oh no, look, we ain't buying no Johnny Walker Blue Label. I ain't rich, bro. It ain't happening. I know how much that shit costs. Not today. All right. ENQ was down 20% today. Whew. All right, XMR still going. You said a while ago it was overbought. I said it still has gas in the tank on weekly and monthly. Right. I did. I said it over here when it was right here. And it did this little dip and ride and stayed up there. And it also did that back here. It's been really choppy if you look at that, man. It's been a really choppy chart. A lot of chop. Now this thing here, man, look, I'm telling you the fibs line out. That's also hitting a monthly line. Man, that's tough. I like that it's over 786 and 886 though. You know what I'm saying? It might stay up here. If it does fall, it might not fall very far. Right? So that's another thing to think about. Even if it does retrace, they ain't going to retrace that much. Let's see. This was like an hour ago. Oh, I think I agreed with you that it might have more in the tank like an hour ago, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember. Man, I had a baseball game tonight to go to, so. Man, that's a tricky chart, but it's just right there next to that resistance line, and it kind of scares me away. I think it's weekly cross here. All right. I don't see any crosses happening there. I got an idea. Oh. Alright, I try to keep these alerts clear over here too, because I see some other streams, and people don't ever clean their damn alerts out. They got like 800 alerts and like 400 messages. Like, answer your messages, dude. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes being left on red. Answer your messages back. It's 2020, man. It's been a shitty year. At least you could do answering your messages back. Tits alignment on XMR. Ah, okay. I got you. What you're saying now. You right when you say what you say. Ooh, I seen it. Okay. Yeah, okay. Here's another thing, Dre. Here's what Darth's saying. We got this cross right here on this price, and we haven't had any down movement to correlate this price. We did have it here. You think that's enough, Darth? Where it crossed the 50 to the 200, 50 to the 100, and we had this pull down right here first. Think that was enough? Or do you think we'll get another one? Because since this cross happened right here, it's done nothing but shoot straight up. But I don't know how long that can last. I mean, it blew through the R1 and the R2 without stopping. Long way from the 8 too. Long way from it. Think another one? It could do another one, another just small pull down, and then continue its job, right? That's the thing. I don't want to tell you it's going to come way down, but I feel like it's overbought. If it's overbought, how far is it going to come down? Well, let's look and see. I like to try to cover all the bases, right? I try to cover all the bases. Now, if this is it, if this is the top, then we could wick down to 100, which is a lot. That's like, that's 50%. Might not go that far. It could come down to 382, which is 108, 109. And that's 38% off the price. I mean, that would be a decent number. You know what I mean? That'd give you a hard, good, nice retrace. Especially if Bitcoin came down and did what we think it may do. If it comes down and hits a sweep right here and comes up, that'd be great because you'd be able to hit the 8 and the 21 and sweep right on up. It's possible. Like I said, the resistance isn't terrible on this chart. It's a similar chart to XLM, and the fact of the resistance is similar. Either one of these charts is better than XRP. So you would be better off buying either one of these, XLM or Monero, than you would XRP. It's just the way it is. It's just a better chart. Let's see. If the OSCU cross is successful, the retrace would take place and keep going. Correct. It's like what Darth's saying, Dre. If this is correct, then this thing will come up and it'll retrace down, and after it finishes its retrace, it'll keep going. If not, and this keeps going past without stopping, it kind of invalidates the move and lets us know that we're going to reverse down. Okay? Similar to what happened here. We had this, the 8 and the 21 both crossed the 50, and we had this pop up. But instead of keeping on going, what happened? It stayed down, and that let us know it was invalidated. Okay, it's a similar thing. So, that's where we're at on Monero. You did great buying it, so I know you were hawking it. I stayed out of almost everything. Like, I have a little bit of XRP, and that's about it. I think I may have a 10 or 20 bucks here or there or some other stuff. And I have a couple hundred on the shit coins, but I just leave that in there. I don't even think about it. I leave it be because I don't want anything to do with that, anything to do with those. It's just leave them and let them try to do their thing. What else was I looking at today? Oh, anyway, the title of the video was the drop, right? So, because I'm seeing this, hit the overbought area on the daily, but it's not there yet. It's close. Hit the overbought area on the daily. Kind of makes me think we're going to finish out this overbought zone and come down and drop. Well, how far will we drop? It's hard to say exactly because I've been trying to use the daily. I know that's not always surefire. And I know we're hitting resistance now. We got this resistance here, resistance here, resistance here. And it can't quite push through it. It may stop here and turn down. And if it does, that's fine. But we know we have a gap on the daily. We know this. We can use this chart to show that. We know we have this gap on the daily. And we actually have two gaps now because it created this new one just a couple of days ago. So, if it can't hold this and tries to come down, how far will it go? This is what I was looking at today. If I pull from the daily highest low, which is here up, then you see that if this thing actually failed to break R1 and pulled down, look where it would go. The 1618 would be perfectly in line with the bottom of this gap if it stopped at this point on this Bitcoin CME chart. I saw this today and I was like, wow. If that stops right there and reverses, that is a dead nuts accurate perfect retrace and fall. Now, maybe that's not good enough, right? So I thought, well, I'll try to pull from some different points. So I pulled down to here, on this low. That's when it got interesting. Now the 1618 is right here at the 200 that it hasn't touched in 6 months. Okay? It's going to touch this 200 again at some point. That lines up perfectly with the 200. Now that's obviously going to move some. And maybe we just get a wick, right? But S2 is right here. Perhaps it waits and gets up here toward S2 first and then makes a move. I don't know. I just saw this and I thought, gosh, that is really close. Pulled down here to this one. This is where it gets invalid. Okay, and I kind of start wondering, like, is this correct? So if this happened, all the way down here at 1272 is down here where the 200 MA is. If we touch the 200 MA down here, that would be a semi-complete fib set because, 1272 is a take profit line. And I could buy that. This would also put us in this big resistance zone here, which I don't think we're going to break. There's too much resistance there because you have this one and this and this. All that is in there blocking this zone up from being dropped through. Is it possible? Yes, it is. Because I'd be foolish to tell you it's not. I don't want to tell you it's not and then be wrong again. So it's very possible that it could go farther. Again, the MACD Bitcoin, it looks really bad. It's so high. And I know this is curling up and it looks pretty and you think it's going to keep going. That's fine. But just know we are way up here in this zone. Way up here. It's going to come down at some point. Be prepared for it. Oh yeah, I hope anybody in the group that pays attention and stuff, everybody gets a wrench. Let's see. Frank says you're so special. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I was doing there. Hope. For anyone who doesn't know, there was a lawsuit for Bitcoin. This is another reason I want to talk about the price drop. There was a lawsuit for Bitcoin. Essentially, this happened several years ago, but a bunch of people put money into a fund and got shitted, okay, and they got their money stolen. Now, money got tied up in escrow, okay, and then once this court case was over, there would be money getting released to them. So now it's finally over and the dust is settled and they're working it out. Well, the 15th is when they get their money back. It's 150,000 Bitcoins. Okay, that's about $1.5 billion. It's a little over actually, but that's pretty close to $1.5 billion. Now, how does supply and demand work? Well, supply and demand is pretty simple. The Chinese flag is worth $1. The American flag is worth $100. This pencil is worth $1 million. I only have a couple of these pencils. I have so many of these Chinese flags, it's not even funny. I have a high supply and it's only worth $1. I have a low demand. These are worth 100. Okay, I have less of them because they're worth 100. I have less. That means the supply is lower and the demand is higher. Okay, and then pencils. That's worth $1 million each. I only have 1 or 2. Why? Because it's worth more. I have a lower supply, a higher demand. It's pretty simple. Now, if we take that and we tie that into Bitcoin, when you dump 150,000 Bitcoins on the market at one time and you flood the supply, what are you going to do to the demand? You're going to lower the demand. That's the way supply and demand works. Now, here's my kicker on that. Somebody bought $120 million worth of Bitcoin today and the chart went down. Okay? If you look online, somebody bought 50 million worth of Bitcoin and the chart mooned, pumped. Well, hold on a second. Now, did it really pump? No, it retraced upwards, and we missed on that. But for it to flood the market and everyone to cash out, in my opinion, the market would go down, but immediately you'd have a lot of buys because, you're seeing 150,000 Bitcoins hit the market at one time. I want my bot software to tell me to buy because they're flooding the market. It's dropping. I want to find that buy zone. So I can't anchor that. Okay. I can't make that my anchor point and say that's what's going to cause it to drop. I just can't do that. Is it a factor? It very much could be. I don't think that much Bitcoin's ever hit the market at one time. It just like, bam, here you go. Here's 150,000 Bitcoins at one time on the market. Like, that's tough. Okay, that's tough. So we'll see what happens. And that happens on the 15th, which is in 2 days. Okay, today's the 13th. It's almost the 14th. It'll be the 14th in 15 minutes. So when that happens, how drained out will the Bitcoin chart be on the daily? Will it be to the point where it's hit the wall on RSI and stock RSI and MACD and it's about to fall? We're going to find out. Okay. It may be a couple days after. I'm not really sure. I just know how supply and demand works. Supply and demand is not a theory. It's a law. It's the law of supply and demand. It's just simple. Okay. Basic economics. Let's see. Just don't get left behind with XLM. That's all I'm going to say. Dre, what kind of price predictions or anything do you got on it? Because, I can see the chart. I'm just curious of what you think, and I'm going to try to match up what you're saying with the chart and see what I think about it. I don't hold anybody to anything. People are going to buy your own assets and do your own thing, which I super promote. I want everybody to do your own thing. If you got something that you think's better, hey, man, play it. You've shared multiple times how you feel about it. So if anybody doesn't follow you, that's on them. Okay. I got no problem with buying XLM. I'm going to buy more than that than I am XRP. That's for sure. Cause the chart looks better in my opinion. Let's see. I have a low supply of money and a high demand. And Darth just explained economics, didn't he? I have a low supply and a high demand for money. There you go. Don't have bags of money and coins to not give a fuck. I know, right? See, my theory behind this is you have $1.5 billion worth of somebody's money put up. They've been needing that money for a while, and it's been in escrow and they couldn't get it. And all of a sudden they're allowed to have it. For the most part, sure, people may invest and you think, oh, they're going to invest that money. But they've also been sitting on it and not been able to put it somewhere else. So what makes you think they're going to take that money and put it right back into crypto? Well, they got stuck on crypto for 3 years this time. Do you really think that's what they want to do? Because in my opinion, if I'm an investor and my money got tied up for 3 years and I could have had it somewhere else, when I get my money, I'm going to take it somewhere else. That's just simple investment mind. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing that crosses my mind anyway. What's up, Harvey? You didn't miss nothing important, bro. We're just talking. If anybody messages me on Twitter, I'm sorry, I can't get back to you right now. I am banned. My account was locked up. I can still see that I'm signed on. and I get an alert saying I have a message or a notification, but I can't look at it. Someone was nice enough to report a bunch of posts that I made of charts as misinformation. So I can't get on Twitter, and I can't respond to anybody who wants to talk. Can't post charts. Can't communicate with people over there. And that sucks. Nothing I can do about it. I know who it was because I asked for the reports from Twitter, and they sent back. I got some information back. I can't see who does the thumbs down on the videos that we make here, but I got a pretty good idea. So it's cool. Whatever. It's all good. Let me answer somebody back real quick. Yeah, I'm not going to name no names, Dre. Especially out in public. I'm trying to be a better person about this and not be too petty. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to be too petty. Because I want to be, because it's almost like personal now. Because, you know what I'm saying? It's just personal. Like, why you gotta take it there? If you don't like me, that's fine, bro. I don't like a lot of people. But why we gotta be personal and try to like be little kids and tattle on each other and shit? Like, come on, man. We're grown ass men. That lets y'all know I wasn't a woman. We're grown ass men. Be grown man. I'm open to communicate with anybody, anytime. If you would like to jump on here and talk to me, please do so. You can call me out on the chat box right here. I got no problem with that. Call me out, man. I'm happy to tell you I was wrong. Just like I did on this video so far for almost an hour. Talk about how I was wrong. Batter up. That's the way it works. Let's see. Hey, man, you ain't got to be sorry. It's all good, bro. Lumps. You take your lumps. You just add to my shitty week. Just add it to my shitty week. It's all good. Let's look at the dollar real quick. So I was looking at this, and it's pretty clear we had a tits move, Darth. An OSCU cross right here. And we had price action to follow that. 50 cross through the 100, and look what we had right here. We had this upward price action to react. Okay. Like that. Daily wise, it looks like we did a 50 because I measured this earlier. If we start here and pull down, we had right at a 50. Perfect. We had a 50% upward retracement on this cross. The tits move there. Stuck in the wait a minute zone, but it dropped under it. Now we've tested the bottom of the 8. Started to wick down again. We're flirting with the 40 line. RSI's in normal trading area. MACD is low. See that? Look at that MACD. That's crossing upward, and it's all full low. Okay, this makes me think it's going to come back up some, okay? Sure, it may drop a little and form, some bottoms here, but that is a long way from the midline, y'all. That makes me think up. That's why I got these boxes drawn here, okay? That up makes me think we're going to come up here and test this 21 again. We made this higher low. Okay, we may make another higher low up here. And if we do, that's going to help our MACD balance out a little bit. I don't think it's going to be a dramatic fall in the dollar here. I think it's going to be a slow fall with a rise or a slow rise with a fall. As you see, it's a ton of chop. It's a ton of chop. It's got so much shit to fight through here. It'll take something dramatic to make the dollar really pop back up. Okay? It just will. So, does this... I had someone message me on Telegram a picture of a conversation from somewhere else. And the argument was, well, when the dollar moves this way, everything else moves that way. All assets move the other way. And I dug around on that a little bit, and it's not terribly wrong, but it's not exactly right either. So It's a hit and miss theory, and I would say it's 50-50 at best. And when it's 50-50, it's not really worth playing those odds in my opinion. 50-50 odds aren't good enough for me to roll the dice on. I want better. I want at least 60%, which is what the guys over in the Forex Discord channel talk about all the time. The Academy of Forex talks about that all the time and wants a 60% win rate. Why? Because 60% you bankrupt the place. 60% win rate in Vegas and you're rich. Let's see. Let's see here what we got. We need to do a Zoom chat. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Yeah, man. We can Zoom, we can Discord, whatever, bro. I don't care. If y'all are as ugly as I am, I don't really want to see you, but I'll look at you. Whatever. We can wink at each other and stuff. No homo. Let's see. No one's infallible. Absolutely. We're all wrong sometimes, okay? Be the bigger man. Ban has no effect on the core community, right? What did they gain? Man, I don't know. It makes you feel good to report somebody and get something taken away from someone, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I get it. It's a short-term gain for a long-term loss, though, in my opinion. Because you could have been my friend and talked to me. Like, you don't have to agree with me, but we could talk. That's it's like a societal thing right now. If I don't like you, I have to cancel you. Well, we could just not like each other and get along fine. Okay, that's the way I do at work all the time. I work with people I don't like. But I just get along with them. That's the way it works. Let's see. Wrench who, Harvey? You talking about Matt? Hey, Matt, is he in the Telegram group? Where were the variables? Dollar, and what were the other ones? It was just saying any asset class. Any asset class, Darth. So crypto or stocks or bonds or treasury notes or whatever. It didn't matter. If the dollar goes up, those go down. If the dollar goes down, those go up. Now, what we can do is look at 10-year yields. And just to see. It looks just like the dollar, doesn't it? Okay, we got this up. We made a couple dribbles. We're under the 8. Look, the 8 and the 50 and the 100 are right there at each other. We're actually under the 200 on the 10-year bonds. We go back to the D8. Let's do side by side. Let's have to go back and forth on nothing. How about that? And we'll do the dollar over here. We'll keep them side by side. Someone else also messaged me on Telegram, I don't even know, and was saying, hey, is it possible that hold on a second. Was saying, is it possible that we could get some more dollar talk, because he feels like the dollar is important to talk about in reference to what crypto's doing and what crypto could do. I was like, you know what? That's probably a good idea. So I want to start doing that some. Incorporating the dollar into almost every stream to make sure that we don't miss anything. So, bonds drop was obviously more dramatic here. Let's pull up the daily here and the daily here. Alright, so yeah, they're almost similar, man. To say that an asset is going to go opposite of the dollar would be incorrect in my opinion, because look, 10-year bonds are an asset class. Buying treasury bonds are a thing that we've been doing, that everyone in the country has been doing for hundreds of years, okay? Or not hundreds of years, however long you could have buy a treasury bond. That's how long people have been buying them, okay? Because they're kind of a security. They're backed by the government. It's securitization via the government. And they look really similar to me, so I don't think this runs opposite of the dollar at all. Let's just do Bitcoin, just to say we did Bitcoin. All right, so in comparison, These look really similar. See? This move and this move. Don't they look really similar? They're not perfect, but they're pretty similar, aren't they? Now we have this nasty drop on the top that didn't really match anything. I mean, it kind of matches this, doesn't it? Doesn't this kind of look similar to this? Kind of, but not really. Not really. So nothing really matches or doesn't match about Bitcoin versus the dollar. You know what I mean? They're similar-ish. But this is why fractals don't work. Right here's proof of why fractals don't work. Because it's not the same. It's actually different. You could say, oh, it rhymes. Well, I mean, a little bit. But not all the way. Because you see bonds are the dollar's a little bit flat in the back there. And Bitcoin clearly is not. So the dollar's more stable than Bitcoin, obviously. And to compare the dollar to everything is a tough play, in my opinion. I don't like comparing the dollar to everything. But we need to, because the dollar index is important. Expecting it to do opposite of the dollar constantly, I don't buy that at all. I think that's an excuse or something that someone said and someone's turned that into kind of a rumor. I don't believe that. Gotta do better than that to get me to bite. Let's see. I implore critical conversation. Absolutely, dude. You don't have to agree with me. I'm perfectly fine with disagreement. If you're thinking in those aspects, I think it's about confidence. Could switch between U.S. and crypto markets. Sure. I think they go sideways. Fed has been hinting, keeping them sideways. That's the same thing with the interest rates, dude. They keep saying they want to lower interest rates, and then someone else on the other side says raise interest rates, which means they're going to stay flat. Do I think we'll ever have negative rates? Maybe, but not anytime soon. We're right here near an election. Nothing important is going to happen yet. Not during election time. Negative, but sideways negative. I get what you're saying. Just saying slow down. Right. Red and green rhymes with red and green. How does gold look? Let's look at gold real quick. I was looking at silver because all the talk about silver. So gold's been consolidating for a while. And it looks really similar to the dollar, doesn't it? See, this is what I'm saying. We can't sit here and constantly play them against each other. Because you can't tell me that this right here does not look similar to this right here. You can't tell me those don't look very similar, because they do. That's not opposite. That's clearly not opposite. Do they move differently sometimes? Yes. And I think one may affect the other, sure. And as you see, that gold is actually over the moving averages and the dollar is not. It's under most of the moving averages, okay? So in that aspect, it's opposite. Let's look here. So RSI is kind of flat, bounced off of 40. Stock is a little high, but okay. MACD is in the bearish zone. Still hasn't broken the midline. Let's do a regular chart so I can chart this a little closer here. We'll step back to the month. Now here you go. This is why you do the bigger time frames, because right here you see this to be a monthly line in red. The blue line is all-time high, and it broke all-time high, and look, it's come back down and started working its way back to support, because it didn't have any up here. All they had was this one line. Let's see if that's good enough. So how about we put another here. We would do it right here or up here. Yeah, up here's better. Right at 786. Okay. Let's erase this fib set and put another one up in a new spot. All right. We clearly had a wicked good move here from here and down to here. Look here, we broke 786, 886, and the one line. Peaked up over here. Excuse me, goodness. Peaked up over here. Already bought and sold this 45, so don't pay attention to that. I just left it up there for reference. We peaked up. We're starting to come back down. Let's dip down to a lower time frame and see how far down it could go. Now, again, we see there's no weekly support here. All we had was this original all-time high line over here, which is way back here. That's the only support we have right here, and it seems to be pushing through that. There's way more back here at this fib line. Okay, let's actually move this down here. Way more support there. So in my opinion, this is where we're coming back down to 1789. That's a long ass way, ain't it? I know you don't want to hear that, but it's possible because right now we're making lower highs and lower lows, which is a downtrend. Break that downtrend and prove me wrong. Maybe we get a little upward retracement. It doesn't have to come down that far. I'm just talking out loud. That's worst case scenario in my opinion. Then from here up. So we've already hit a 50 right here. We could stop. There you go. Okay, this could be the bottom of gold at 1862. It's still in the wait a minute zone, so I wouldn't buy this on the weekly. What about daily? Daily's still not really a buy either. See how it's chopping through the 50, chopping through the 8 and the 21. I don't really like buying that. It's under the 50, over the 21. Could this do a pinch and pop up? It sure could. Sure could. That'd be cool to see. It'd be a similar move to what Bitcoin did when it got that squeeze and upward price action, that short squeeze. If that happened, then we would be in the area of 1957. Yep, a lot of chop right here though, okay? For it to get through. Either way, I don't see a big moon. Okay, we've already done such a big dramatic move on gold that if I see anything dramatic, it would be down. For the short term being anyway. Of course, this could change if the Federal Reserve does something crazy or stupid or whatever, but we can't play that game, okay? We can't play what ifs. Let's see. They keep interest rate low now, nearly zero, to compensate for the higher interest rates in the future. Absolutely. Gold pulled back some, but expected. Yep, these things come up and down. You have to understand that the elevator comes down more than it goes up a lot of times, so you just better deal with it. Interest rates would stay flat within a tolerable range, but at least we can afford the margin right now. So far. We can afford the margin so far. But how much longer can this shit hold off, man? Chart's looking iffy. Let's see, man. Let's see. What we looking at? What we looking at? What we doing? Yeah, everything's turning red, brother. There's blood in the streets. It might not be a fast kill, but I see blood. Don't challenge Mama BTC when she pulls that period cup out. Because I feel like, she's a millennial and she doesn't just do the regular menstruation health. She does like the super millennial menstruation health and rocks a period cup. So that's how I feel about Bitcoin. That's awful, isn't it? Did you see ADA make a scalp move? Yeah, man. And so did Algorand. I really wanted to catch. But I feel like a dick for not doing it. And I feel like a dick for not telling other people to do it. Yeah, look at that move, man. The same damn move. You know what I'm saying? It was all of them had these trend lines to break, and they finally started breaking them. I didn't play them. I should have. This is opportunities to make money that I missed. But, again, you can't whine about it. You just move on to the next. Just move on. There's so many opportunities to make money in this game, you can't whine about it. You just be glad you didn't lose. Okay? If you didn't make anything and you didn't lose anything, well, what can you be really upset about, okay? You just sat on your cash. Nothing wrong with that. Made that same move as Algorand, though. Let's see. I'm watching seller and VT setting the same. All right, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, see yeah, look, VET never broke anything. It's still on this downward trend line here. All right, so it's bearish on the MACD. Does have a buy signal, but it's in the bearish zone. Tell you what, right about now, let's look at the cloud some. How about that? Let's just stop for a minute and look at the cloud. Let's see what we got cloud-wise. I feel like sometimes you need to trade more than one way, and sometimes pulling up the cloud and looking at that is a better idea of what's going on. Again, VT's under the cloud. It's a super duper no buy from the cloud's perspective. As a matter of fact, it's all down. Conversion line is way below the baseline, which means it may come back up. But even the baseline is in the cloud. So that's a no. That Bitcoin. Over the cloud. She's still not a buy though. Look, it's still waiting on this. We're still waiting on the conversion line to cross the baseline. It hasn't done it yet. Got the other 3 points. You got price over, green cloud, lag line over, but you don't have the conversion line crossing the baseline yet. So you still wouldn't be buying right here on this Bitcoin. See, that's what I'm saying. If I like following the cloud, you know, you wouldn't have got in either. And the cloud is like a very conservative trading strategy. That's pretty cool. That's why I like stuff like the cloud, because it's a different way of trading, and it's a different mindset. You know what I'm saying? You need more than one thought process in this stuff. It's just real money. You shouldn't screw around. Super no buy on the dollar. Under the cloud, under the conversion line, under the baseline, lag line down, price down line. Everything is bad on this one. Seller. You mentioned that a few times. Right? Seller. Yeah, look, this one's actually trying. She broke the baseline. Oh, she broke the conversion line. I still got a long way to come up, though. See? This could be one of those in short position that you can scalp up to the top of the cloud here. Up to the bottom of the cloud, I'm sorry. And make something off of that. But it's got some chop to get through, so be careful. It could get worse before it gets better over here on seller. You see, it could come up to 0072. And 0072 is roughly the bottom of the cloud. Okay, right here in this spot right here. That may be a spot to hit. 0072 on seller. Maybe a play. Make it up to you on that one. Similar way of saying it to XLM. You're looking at 084. Possible, but it's still under the cloud. It's not a buy at all in the cloud either. What XMR looks like. I bet it probably looks good on the cloud, huh? Everything's a go on the cloud over here. It would actually be telling you to stay in right now, Dre. Because you got, conversion over base, green cloud, lag line over, price over. All fours a go. Your candles have not started running into the lag line. I'm sorry, the lag line has not started running into candles yet. So you wouldn't get out of this. You would stay in it. And it may dip down some more, but it's telling you to stay in. So there again is the cloud's confirming what you've been saying. Which is cool. It's cool to see it's cool to see some of y'all get confirmation, man. I like that. It means everybody's kind of learning together. That's awesome. I can see your frustration. Yeah, man. Look, Nick, I don't like not making money. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like telling people not to do something and then it other way happens. It's like, come on, man. It's impossible to hit home runs every swing. I know. But that don't mean Babe Ruth didn't swing for the fences, okay? Let's see. Oh, we got this. I've been using it for a month with everything. You talking about the cloud, Dre? Myth. Oh, okay. By the way, anybody's got any coins they want me to look at, please list them up. Please list them up, and we'll get to everything you guys want. I don't care. We'll look at any chart goes with us. On this stream, this is a Chartonomics stream. I don't care what the chart is. So long as I can chart it, I will chart it. So please feel free. Don't fret, okay? This is an open forum. I'm only one guy. There's many people in this thing that can help answer anything you need. Now, some of y'all still ain't talking. Y'all are just kind of lurking in the background. That's fine if you want to lurk, but I would prefer if you talked. Everyone would. And we can all get together and, learn together. Because, if you don't like me, that's fine. I may not like you either, but that doesn't mean we can't help each other. That's the best way of putting it, okay? Politicians act like they don't like each other, but they go to lunch together afterwards, okay? Y'all remember that. Myth. Clearly not a buy. Made a really dramatic fall. And, it's sitting on support. By the way this looks, look, it's about to start. Let me erase some of this stuff. Right here. This is about to run in the lag line into the candles, which would be stop your short. Okay, that's what this means. We had a double bottom right here. 1, 2. Could just make a third short, but it hopped up over this conversion line. So this thing could take a move similar like this and hit the bottom of the cloud or the bottom of the baseline. One of the two, I'm not sure. It's really, really difficult to predict that. Either way, this cloud looks really nasty, okay? Good news is, by the width of this cloud's only going to get wider. So I think it may be a bit on myth. It may be a bit. And that gives me pause. So, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, right. The cloud, MACD, and the 8. I like that. That's a good idea. You see what you... Okay, here's a lesson for everyone. Excuse me. What Dre just said. He made his own little system. He's using the cloud, the MACD, and the 8 EMA to make his moves. That's brilliant. Do you understand? He's taken some stuff that he's found that works, meshed them together, and he's got his own little trading system. Man, that's badass. That's cool as hell. Okay, look, he just learned something, and he put it together, and now he's told me something, so guess what I'm going to do? I'm only going to copy Dre. Why not? Let's pull that up, Dre. Let's do the MACD, and let's do the 8 and the 21. Right? Bam. So, here we are again. Mithril says we're bearish on the MACD, don't buy. We had a cross. Let's see, right here. I'm yawning, sorry. Right here it crossed and took us up, but then it dipped down, okay? We would have got pissed right there because it never broke the 8. So we waited and waited and waited, and it's finally broken the 8 here. So this is, myth may come up some. Look, this is telling you the myth may come up. Are we in the wait a minute zone here? Let me look. I need to change these colors just a bit. There we go. Okay, so yeah, we're in the wait a minute zone. I'd like to see this up over the 21, and then I would actually buy myth maybe and ride this up, but that gives me pause that we're not over the moving averages. Man, that's tough. That's tough. So how are you basing the buy sell, Dre? How are you basing what you're doing? Like quick, like in just a couple words. How you doing it? I'm gonna move to RSR because Darth's asking about it. I need more chart. It looks like it was making a hammer on the monthly on RSR. Okay. When the black line is under the candles, you buy when you see it peak down. When the black line is under the candles, you buy when you see it peak down. Okay, I think I get what you're saying. Well, what are you using for the MACD and the 8 for? What are you doing with those? I get the cloud part. Are you basing it on one thing or multiple things, or are you looking for like a tie together? RSR is an interesting one. Because it's not a buy anywhere. It is over the 8, but it's under the 21. It looks a lot like Myth. But it's ahead. RSR is way ahead. Way ahead. Ooh, look, the bands are pinching down on RSR. Yeah, we're going to get some price action here on RSR soon. We may get an up first. You know what I'm saying? We may get an up first before it does anything else to meet the 50. The 50 MA is moving down here. We may get this up, and that'll probably line up with the bands, kind of. We'll see. RSR may have some more up in it, but it may get stalled out. If Bitcoin decides to come down, it's coming down with it. If Bitcoin moves up and does another short squeeze, we're going to get that action. It's a tough call, but I see it. What is a better RSR chart on TradingView? Maybe Forex? That's pretty similar. All these are not going to have very much to look at. I wish they had more. Is it Hugh Boy? That's got some decent data. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Now you can see that we're over the 8. I mean, over the 8. We're over the 200, but we're under the 21. See, when we get this pop, look, we got a tits move coming right here on RSR. Look. That's why we're getting this price action up, okay? That would continue us down. Like that. We'll see. I see what you see, though, Darth. All right, so I'm using the 8, 13, 21 as a mullet did the MACD. Let me know when the gutter, the cloud is for precision buys, but you have to make sure black line cuts through the candles. So you're looking for the black line to cut through, and that's your kind of buy at the bottom. And then when the black line cuts through the candles, that's kind of like your sell at the top. And your 8, 13, 21 is kind of your crossing and saying sell and buy. Crossing down would be sell, crossing up would be buy. Is that what I'm picking up? Or is that close? Close to what you're describing? Let's see. Look at ENQ, man. Damn. Like, I'm glad I got all my money out of this. ENQ wasn't having it. I made 100% profit on ENQ, which was nice. Had 333. I took out 665. I left $1 in there because 666 is pretty superstitious to me. So I didn't want to be that guy. That thing dipped hard. It even broke the 200. I don't like that at all. Man, that's a nasty looking chart. VRA. VRA. Vera Bradley. Let's see. We're getting a tits move. Oscar cross incoming. Yeah, VRA is nothing. No, not even close to a buy. In fact, this retracement is a sucker retracement. That's going to sting somebody real hard on this chart. All right, he says close enough. Just the cloud is hard to describe. You have to watch it and study it and then stop. You know what it's saying. I got you. I got you. I know what you're saying. I get it. Okay. That's cool. Very neat. Very neat. I see what you're saying. Either way, what I like is, again, came up with his own little system. He took some indicators, put them together, saw the price action happening, and said, okay, look, if I play this smart, I can make some money here. And it's nothing dramatic, I would assume, because you're doing well, but I wouldn't assume it's like some god-awful dramatic numbers. But the point is, you found something that works and you're using it. And that's exactly what I want everybody to do. All these indicators are just tools. If you like in your tool bag a screwdriver, a hammer, and a nail, and that's how you get your business done, man, you choose those three. If you're like me and you want the screwdriver, the amp meter, the pliers, the needle nose pliers, 4 screwdrivers in each size, I want all the tools in my bag. I know that's complicated for some people and they don't like that, and that's cool. I get it. I feel like I can handle all those tools. Sometimes people don't like all those tools, and that's fine too. No big deal. I fully respect that. Just kind of do your own thing. Don't be afraid to do your own thing. Don't be afraid to do your own shit, okay? Looky here, man. We got this 5100 Oscar cross, but the price went up. Over the 50, over the 8, and everything. Alright, so the MACD looks okay. It's actually over the midline. All these green candles worry me because none of them are red. Kind of looks like it's doing that thing it did back in the day where it bends over and then comes. Could be. Has it broken a significant line? No, it hasn't. That's why this pink box is here. That pink box is the 50 line on up, 50 up retracement. That's why I drew this arrow. Okay. So I did the arrow up to the 50 box and then a fall from there to the 200. Because we still haven't touched the 200. These 200s are going to get touched. I'm sorry, but that's going to happen. It's going to happen. Let's see. I'm worried about the 200 block. Yeah. I don't like it either, but it's there. I hate to see these charts go down, but I know they have to, and I'm trying not to stress about it, but some of these things are going to go down really dramatically, and it's going to scare you. I mean, I don't really care because I'm in cash, but man, some people are going to lose some money, dude. And I don't like hearing about people losing money. It makes me feel bad. I don't want nobody who's paying attention to any of this to lose money. Oh, hold on. I got a phone notification real quick. Hold up. Let's see. People are just copying and pasting stuff and sending it to me. This is dumb. Okay. Alright, okay. Sometimes people don't want to join the live because I guess they don't want me to see that they're watching. And also some people don't like to talk over the live. They'll message me in private while the live is going on, which is fine too. Okay? I'm cool with that. I just don't want to see you copy and paste blockchain backer stuff and then send it to me and then say that's what you're saying. No, you're just copy and pasting someone else. I get it. Okay? Not necessary. What's up, bro? 10.3% Staking on Power Piggy, Rug? Is that right? On Tether? Wow. Hey, Blockchain, what's up, my guy? Howdy, bro. Where are you from? How'd you find out about us? And glad you're here. Please ask all the questions that come to your mind that have to do anything with charts. Glad to have somebody here. It's a pretty dope name too, Blockchain. Let's see. I need to make... I'm not going to read that. That's pretty good. Oh, God. Oh, God, that's good. Right on Power Piggy. Okay, so BitTrue... So BitTrue is giving 10% Tether rewards on Power Piggy. So I've got... So is that monthly? 10% monthly? Rug? Because that would have... Man, I got several thousand, dude. I got several... Man. Oh, okay. Brazil. Hey, let's go. A Brazilian on. I like it. I was looking for XRP technical analysis. All right. Now you're talking my game, brother. This is what I like to hear. All right. Well, if you would here, paid daily, Rug. That's awesome. Man. So, dude, you got me thinking. All right. I'm going to message you when we're done. And we're going to talk some more. All right, Blockchain, if you would down there, type at what you've heard about XRP and what you think, and anything that you might have heard or have invested in likewise, and why you did that, and we'll go over some stuff here on XRP. I don't want you to get too frustrated by these charts. I'm just going to show you my stuff here, and it may upset you. And I don't want you to get upset. I just want you to know that I'm not the normal guy who's going to give you some bullshit answer on XRP. I'm just not going to do it. Okay? I'm not that guy. I'm going to tell you the truth. Okay? Let's see. Holy shit, Rug. You got that much in there? Bro. 17 racks? It's only $5 a day, but hey, yeah, that $5 a day is free lunch. So you're getting free lunch money. I like it. They make 5 stable coins available from a stop-down menu. That's dope. Man, I like this. So you're getting 3 times 5. Okay, so you're getting $150 a month, basically. Man, let's go. All right, I'm in crypto since 2017. Started to accumulate some XRP since April. Okay. All right, let's dig into this. So, I'm going to show you the same thing I show everybody here. All right. When XRP came in, it made this big pop, right? And it got everybody all worked up because they saw this chart shoot up so hard and they thought, oh my God, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Well, I've already done another video explaining, look, here's kind of why this happened. And basically, I'll run through it real quick. When XRP first came in, it didn't have much resistance, okay? I start on the monthly charts for a reason, okay? I'm always in log mode down here in the corner. Always in log mode because you can't chart a trend in linear mode. You need to be in log mode. So, first, monthly. Always start the highest time frame and I work my way down. I want to mark resistance lines first. I had a resistance line here because I had a candle stop and a candle start pretty much flat across the board. That's one. Another resistance line here. We could maybe say that one's weekly, but I'm going to go monthly, okay? Try to be legit as I can here. From there, we maybe had one more in here, and that's pretty much it, okay? The rest of the resistance lines are going to be underneath. Like down here. And we could go down to the weekly and try to find some more. That's fine. We could dig around as much as we wanted, okay? But those 4 lines were our original first 4 resistance or support lines. If you're under it, it's resistance. If you're on top, it's support. That's simple, okay? Let's go from there. So I'm going to erase a couple of these just so we can kind of keep the board a little clean here. Now, 3 resistance lines. Let's just go with that. First and foremost, now we know we got those resistance lines, we can pull some fib retracement lines and find out how far down it came and how far up it went. First thing we got. On our very first pop up and fall down, what did we get? We got a reversal of 786 right on the nose. Okay, the name of our group is the 786 Assassins, and the name of the YouTube group is the 786 Mafia. Why? Because this spot gets hit all the time. The 786 retracement line. Not only was the 786 retracement line hit, but there's a pivot line right here too. That orange line, that's the pivot line. Under that's bearish, over it's bullish. Pretty easy, right? Okay. R123 is resistance 123. S123, support 123. These indicators are up in the thing up here under indicators. I also have another video just on pivot points that you can watch as well. Okay, so let me erase these lines. This is just the first part of XRP. We had that 786 failure and we rejected down, okay? We could do it a little more and learn some more, but I'm not worried about that. What I'm going to do now is pull a really big fib retracement line so we can see why it did what it did. Imagine this is a 3-month chart, and I don't have a 3-month chart because CoinTrader only do month at a time, so I can't show you 3 months at a time. It'd be easier if I could. But we'll just do this. We'll work with what we got. Let me erase these pivots just so we can look at cleaner here. All right, and then we come down. Now, the golden ratio of 1.618. Okay, 1.618 happens all the time. What did we hit? We hit 1.618 perfectly. Perfectly. Look, it couldn't have been more perfect, okay? I actually draw in these boxes a lot of times on charts that I do. I draw in a box like this, and I draw in a box. On all 3 of these lines above here, these are all take profit lines. These are lines where I want to stop and get money out. Why? Because that's the places where most often it hits. We blew right through 2 of them and hit the 3rd one. Right here, I would have saw this. I'd have had my fib retracement drawn. I'd have saw this, and I'd have taken my money and got my money and been out. Okay? I'd have been looking for it to drop from this point. I'll be looking to rebuy, okay? This really happened, and a lot of people didn't do that. They just kept jumping in, and they got burned, okay? So let's leave that circle up there because that's going to be our point where we pull down from and see about a new up, okay? We erase this one. We've already done it. We already hit this profit box. Fine. We hit this profit box. Fine. We already know about it. And we can just take this one out too. We already hit our thing and took our profit. So we'll start from this point now, and we'll pull down. This is where the XRP technical analysis got just a little bit wonky, okay? And I explained this in the other video. What happened? We shot way past our 1.618, okay? When this happens, the chart will come back down to it afterwards and touch the top of it again, okay? It happens over and over and over again on the charts all throughout different time frames. It sucks. And sometimes we miss on this stuff, okay? But I would have drawn boxes right here. And I would have taken profits, okay? That's 100% what I would have done. And I would have missed this top piece right here. But, like I said, look. Right here. We had this move down and up. And it came up, just like we like to see. But, when it went too far, look where it came back to. Right back to 1.618. It came right back to the point where it should have stopped to begin with. And this is revalidation, okay? This was a move up that went too far past the technical points, and it came back down and revalidated that same point that it should have stopped at, okay? But it didn't. From there, it's got to find some support to sit on. Just like down here we had resistance and support lines. Well, we didn't have any more. Look at this huge space right here where there's no resistance and support. That sucks. Okay, that really sucks. Now we can dip down into the weekly and look for some more spots where resistance and support was. Then you see some stuff in here, right? You see this. And you go, oh, this thing just shot up. Not so much. Right in this area, you know, it came down and found support right here. We had more up here. Right in this area. It kind of dipped through that and found support, right? That's the way it works. Support and resistance does this. We know this because it's a chart fundamental. We hit that support and we popped up and we went as high as we went, and we kind of Cadillaced around a little bit, and this was a legit parabolic move up. Okay, if you look up a parabolic move on Google, this is what a parabolic move is, okay? Up with no support touches. We had an up, and then an up, and then an up, and then it stops. And then from there, it's screwed, okay? It's screwed, and it has to come back down, and that sucks. Now, let me explain to you why what happened before won't happen again, okay? Things are different now. I want you to erase out of your mind what you've heard about all the wonderful hype news about XRP. Just take for a second and move that out of your brain and don't think about it. Don't worry about what Digital Asset Investor has told you. Don't worry about what you've heard from Shake Weight Kevin Cage. Don't worry about what Black Bearable Bull has said to you. Just focus on only the chart, okay? Just only the chart. Let's draw in some more resistance and support lines. And down here we had 3, maybe 4. Okay, we had 3 or 4. Fine, 3 or 4. All right, so we got a clear one at the top, right here. No questions asked. We got another one right here. Clear. We got another one right here. Clear. We got another one right here. We have another one right. See these here? Look how many times that one got hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 times that resistance line has been hit. Do you understand? You seeing why this is taking forever now? We're not done. There's another. Oh, we're over that one. That's good. Do we have any more? Absolutely we do, right there. Okay, so that's just monthly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just monthly lines. Okay, fine. Let's look at weekly. Are there more lines in here on the week? As a matter of fact, there are. Let's do them in a different color. Let's do them orange. There's 1. There's 2. Right there's a 3rd. I'll probably put one in right here because there's lots of lines getting hit. A 4th. I could do this all day. Okay. Right in here, I see lots of hit points. That one's going to get stuck there. Okay, as you see, this is turning into a hot mess, right? This is turning into a hot mess of resistance lines. What does this mean? Well, it's a fundamental of charts that resistance lines get hit and get tested and fall or rise based on that. Okay, every single chart ever made works on this principle. Don't think that this asset is any different or special than every other thing on every other chart. Okay, because that would be completely against every rule of every chart. And if that were the case, no one would invest in this. No serious investor would invest in this based on that. Okay? That's a big deal. I want you to understand that. So obviously we've seen all these resistance and support lines. This is a lot. Let's get that shit off the screen for a minute. Here's another thing I want you to worry about. The name of our group is 786 Assassins. Because 786 is the line you want to see it hit and go the other way. This damn asset lost 96%. That would be 0.96. Okay, not 0.786, 0.96, which is way past the point of no return. Again, that's bad. Okay? Now, we didn't stay down there. We moved above that. So let's measure above that. Let's be nice. Measure above that. 93% devaluation. Name me one company that you would put money in that is 93% devalued right now. Name me a corporation that you would say, I'll buy that stock. It's 93% down. There are none. Now, what does that mean? Hold on a second. Questions real quick. Is that 30 cent at resistance line? Yes. 30 cents has been held for almost 60 weeks now. It hasn't been over 30 cents for a solid week in almost 60 weeks. Do you understand how big of a barrier that is? That is the barrier. And I don't even have to look at the chart. I can tell you where it's at without really trying hard. I'm just going to be really quick. Ready? Bam, done. Look, I was right at it, 31 cents. I would just right to it. I'll get it a little closer there. There you go. 30 on the money. Look how long we've been under 30 cents. $441 days under 30 cents. And you mean to tell me this thing is going to go to $589? No, it will not. That's incorrect. That is fool's gold. Do not be that naive. If you're smart enough to be here, smart enough to be investing, then you're smart enough to know that that thing is not going to go to $589. That would devalue every chart ever made. Okay? No serious investor would put money into something that moves that hard. They wouldn't do that. Why? Because there's no insurance. There's no assurance that it's going to do what we think it's going to do. They're going to back away from that. And all you'll have is the speculation money, which will never get you anywhere. Okay? That'll never get you anywhere. Why did this happen to begin with? There was only two digital assets back then, Bitcoin and XRP. Ethereum coming after. Okay? Litecoin coming after that. Dogecoin coming after that. First it was Bitcoin and XRP. That was it. It was just called Ripple back then. So, Darth says, can you measure up from the bottom of the 11 cent? Yep, I'll do that right now. 171%, but right now we're lower than that. Do you mean a fib, Darth? Or just the amount of percent? Because it's like 100% from 11 cent right now, which is about right. 22 cent, right? It's about right. Hey, Edward. EJ, he said XRP is a great retirement crypto for my grandkids. Mind you, I'm 22 with no kids. Okay, that's the most accurate statement I've heard in a while. That's pretty good, okay? Rob XRP, what's up, my guy? Just going over XRP now. All right, so I want you to understand that it hasn't broken the 30 cent barrier in 441 days. There is absolutely zero chance that this thing just launches up and goes. It's, first of all, it's got to break 30 cents and hold it for at least a week. From there, it has to retest the same line. Look how many times it tested 30 cents before it finally broke under, okay? Over and over and over it hit this line before it came under. And then once it come under, test. It still hasn't broken. Once it finally gets over, it's going to test before it ever goes up again. And then there's more resistance behind that, like I've explained. You got more here. You got more here. You got more here. We could keep doing this all night long. And I could even go down in the daily and find even more resistance. It doesn't solve anything. It's still the same correlation. Bottom line is, it's stuck and it's not going to go fast. Honestly, this is one of the worst looking charts in crypto. Of 143 assets, no, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Of 43 assets of the top 100, XRP has the worst looking chart of those. 96% devalued. At the moment, 93% devalued. There's not a single corporation I would invest in on Robinhood or TD Ameritrade or any of those that was 93% devalued. Okay, that's just not a smart investment. Once you cross 786 or 886, you're in trouble. All right, so we're under that now, and that screams more down to me. There's some support here, and we've hit that support when we hit 11 cents, which was nice. Okay, that was helpful, and I actually bought that and wrote it up and sold it and made a lot of my money back. Okay, and I was able to make back most of the losses that I took when I was following the fractals. Big losses I took, made most of it back. I made all of my losses back. I wish I had made more from there, but neither here nor there. Whatever, we're moving on. What is my prediction? Hold on a second. I got questions. Hold up. Let's see. Because measuring down percent is off, so the bottom says 95, and I think it's more than that. Yeah, it's really tough because once it gets down that far, it's such a big movement, it's such a small percentage. But it's in the 90s regardless, right? What is your long-term view of XRP? Do you consider fundamentals of XRP important? I'll absolutely get to that. I'm too lazy to do the math, but 384 to 11 cents seems like 3,000, isn't it? No, because 50% would be $1.42. Okay? And then 75% would be 79 cents. Right? So that's the thing. Like the money doesn't, the percentage only changes based on the amount that you had to begin with. So, all right. So what is my long-term view of XRP? I shall show you right now. What is my long-term view? It's real simple. Based on what XRP has done in the past, following the technicals very, very closely. I already showed right here that this XRP move from the coin trader gets weird on me. Right here to here was a damn near 100% perfect 1618 reversal. Okay, we've saw that. We know that. We can do the same thing again because we've had this long period of consolidation with drop. It's been a 2.5 year downtrend. If you follow Jolly, whom has absolutely done nothing wonderful for the space at all, tells you that the trend is broken and we're going to moon. That's not going to happen because he does it in linear and he's not paying attention. And there's some other stuff there too. But here's my long-term prediction, okay? To just shoot through all the other bull. I explained this in another video I did. But this is my long-term point. This is my 50% out point, and this is my 15% out point. Between $16 and $32 at the end of all of this happiness. $16 and $32. That's it. That's it. What happens after that? 100% speculation. And guess who doesn't guess? I'm not going to sit here and guess and tell you what's going to happen after this. What's most logical to happen? A 50% retrace at least. At least. So wherever this stops, over here we overshot just a little bit. So let's be reasonable, okay? Let's tighten this box way up to right there, right? Let's say that's the spot we hit, okay? Let's say that's the spot we hit. All right. From there, let's measure down. And we use the bottom point that we just started with on the uptrend to figure out how much down it's going to come, okay? So if we did that, a 50% retrace would bring us all the way back down to support. Do you see that? Right here will be our new support line. It would bring us all the way back down here to $2 and something. Do y'all want to hang out and wait for that far of a fall? All the way down there? Because that's going to suck, okay? I'm sorry, but there's a high probability that happens. And why do I say this? Because the longer a chart is longer a chart's around, the more resistance that it creates, and the more fundamental the chart moves. Okay, the less matters about the world, the less matters about your Twitter news, the less matters of all that crap. What comes down to is the chart fundamentals: resistance, support, supply and demand, and it's 100% that. Okay, the longer these coins are around, the more these charts get technical and more technical and more technical. The smaller charts with less of a fractal to look at, those are the ones that are going to move the hardest because there's no support and no resistance. They have to price discover on the way up. Now you could call this price discovery, but it's not. Over all-time high on this chart is not really price discovery. We're looking for a technical reversal. And once that reversal is complete, that's when price discovery comes in, okay? We've had price discovery for 2.5 years now. And I know nobody wants to hear that, but that's literally how it's worked. Do I care about the fundamentals of XRP? Sure. I think it's a great idea. Do I think it's practical? No, and I'll explain you why. I'm going to get to all these comments, so don't leave, y'all. Okay, just hang with me. Do I think it's practical? No. Why? Because XRP still controls the supply. There's still basically half of all XRP is locked up in escrow. You only get 500 million out a month. That's going to take at least 5 years to all get out. The laws of supply and demand, as I just explained to you before, dictate that the more you put on the market, the lower the demand goes. Until all that is gone, until all of whatever is in escrow has been divvied out or sold, the demand will never go up because you continually hit the market with supply, supply, supply. Why do Tickle Me Elmos cost $800 at Christmas time? Because there is no supply and there's a whole lot of demand. Okay, well right now you have very low demand for XRP. In case you haven't seen that, the screen's showing you that right now. You have 25 cents worth of demand. Okay, on XRP you have very low demand. You have a shit ton of supply because XRP sells it. Ripple sells it every month. Every month. They sell it and sell it and sell it and sell it. And everybody keeps buying it and it keeps going down. So until that stops, this thing isn't really going to go anywhere crazy, okay? Supply and demand dictates that. It's just the way this works. And as far as Bitcoin and Ethereum go, well, they're proof of work. Okay, so they're different. You have to work to get that Bitcoin, so it's got more value. Okay, that's why this happens, okay? It's proof of work. XRP is different. It just is. It's consensus-based. It's totally different. Do I think the government will ever use XRP? No, I do not. I have zero belief that that'll ever happen. Why? Because they can't even fill out a stimulus bill. They can't even elect a friggin' Supreme Court justice who's clearly qualified. They can't even do this. They can't. She's clearly the smartest person in that room every time she goes in that room. Clearly. And they can't get it done. They can't get through an election without calling each other names like 5-year-olds. And you really think that they're worried about this? I don't think so. Do I think banks could use this? Absolutely. Absolutely. But why? What's the incentive? Why not just use XLM? Why not just use, well, let's pull up an asset. Why not use HBAR? HBAR is very similar to XRP, y'all. Why not just use HBAR? Because it does the same thing. You don't really have an answer for that, right? Oh, well, because XRP has been talking to the government. Yeah, but now they're threatening to leave because they're not getting what they want. Well, now what? Now what? You don't really have an answer. I don't have an answer. No one does. It's all guessing. And I don't guess. I don't guess. And that gives me a really bad rap in the space here, okay? Because I don't guess. I'm not going to guess. I'm going to tell you what the screen says. Okay, let me see. Hang on. Okay, now, Rob, the targets that I just showed you are from anywhere between 2 years to 5 years. Okay? These 3 boxes are 2 years to 5 years. This is not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen by September. It's not going to happen by December. It's not going to happen by 2021. None of that. Okay? None of that. This is going to be a slow, steady movement up. Slow and steady. Just like how this has gone slow and steady right here, this is going to continue. This is not just going to jump. We may have a bit more price movement once we get over what appears to be $1.25. Once we get over $1.25, we'll move a little bit quicker toward all-time high, but we're going to stall out there. And once we stall out, we'll have another retracement, and then we'll have another chance to get up over all-time high. All this is going to take months. Every time we have a move like this, it's going to take months and months to do. It's not going to shoot anywhere. There'll be no impulse. It's not how charts work anymore, okay? I need you to understand. I need everybody to understand that. There's not going to be that anymore. That was a brand new asset in the world, and that's already come and gone. Which sucks is because I had some money in 2017, and I could have put it in that. I just didn't know any better. I knew about Bitcoin back then, but I just kind of had whatever in my head and didn't really think about it. You know what I mean? That's kind of the way we all are about everything, right? Right, what Blockchain just said right here, that's in 2 years' time, though. At least 2 years. I don't think we break 50 cents by the end of the year. What's bad is I can flip over to a few streams right now, and I can find one that says we'll be at 60 cents by the end of October. I can find one that says we'll be at $5 by December. We haven't broken 30 cents yet. What are you talking about? That's clickbait and lying to you. Why would you do that? Why would you lie to people like that? That's insane. That's not funny. It's not cool. It's not neat to clickbait people. That's not cool at all. At all. It gives people like me who actually look at the technicals of a chart a really bad rap because we're not telling you the bullshit. And it's really nice to hear the BS. It's really nice to hear that. And it helps you get that confirmation biased. Oh man, well this guy said it and this guy said it, so I know it's going to happen now. But that's been happening for 2.5 years. Everyone's been telling you this chart's going up for 2.5 years and it hasn't gone up. It hasn't gone. What makes you think it's suddenly going to start? That's not how it works, okay? Let's see. What time do you think you would have enough? Excuse me. By that time, do you think it would have enough support to 50%? Here's the thing. It might not do 50. Maybe it does 38. Maybe it does a 382, right? Because a 382 is a pretty technical move on a stock chart. And if it can find enough resistance and support in there to do that, that would be great because that would only pull it down to $16 from 32 or 33-ish. It would come down and kind of make that swoop. I'll pull it back up here real quick so you can see. From about here to about here. See, like, if this made a, let's say we here and then we hit the 50 and then it's not really going to happen like this. I'm just drawing this to give you an example. But let's say we come up and then we finally hit this move here and we bam, chuckle, bam, boom, 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 bam. And we finally come up here and do this, okay? From this point, it could do just a 382 retrace and come down to here and come back. Or it could come all the way down and do that 50% retrace, okay? One of the two is going to happen because it happened right here. And then it happened right here. Okay, this has already happened one time in history. The chart showed you already that it's going to retrace, and it's going to suck when it does retrace. And it's going to be a long, drawn-out retrace. What makes you think it'll be a fast one? This one took 2.5 years. What makes you think that that's going to happen again? That it's not going to happen again? Well, I have no proof of that at all. And matter of fact, my confirmation would be the fact that it's already done it. In this space here, this one's been, we could measure this all the time, 1,000 days. And then this one here was roughly the same, about 1,000 days. I mean, we could have a similar thing happen where it takes another 1,000 days to retrace out. I don't have anything to tell me that's not going to happen. And I don't want to guess that far out in the future. Guessing $32 at the top is already guessing pretty hard because we haven't even broke 30 cents. So, one step at a time. You got to crawl before you can walk. And you got to walk before you can run. And we ain't running nowhere except possibly back down. What do I think flare is going to matter? Absolutely none. Totally separate chart. It's as simple as that. It's a totally separate asset. I don't care if it runs on the network or not. Anything can run on a Ripple ledger. Bitcoin can run on a Ripple ledger. The U.S. dollar, Novant Healthcare, LG, HP, Walmart Great Value Water. It can all run on the Ripple ledger without XRP. Won't matter a dollar, a penny, a nickel. If it's so efficient, then it would go against supply and demand, meaning high supply would outweigh demand. Correct, but we would need to see some proof of that. It functions under the laws of abundance and not scarcity. Correct. It has superior ledger but lacks governance. Absolutely, and you can't expect governance to just happen. Okay, they can't get their heads out of their asses. How are they going to make something like this happen? You say slow, steady increase for XRP. What will cause the demand for XRP? What would cause the demand for XRP would be a reduction of supply. So you would need to evaporate that escrow XRP by means of selling it to the public like they're doing now. Now here's what could happen, and this is a hypothetical. If I take all of this XRP in escrow and I only sell this to the public, and I got all this, and I earmark this for the banks, even though it's in escrow, I earmark it and I say I'm not going to sell it to anybody. This is going straight to Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Citi, all of them. They're getting this. Well, then that would mean the only supply we have left is this and what's already on the market. That would increase demand dramatically. Is there any proof that's going to happen? No. As a matter of fact, Ripple's gone so far as to say that's not going to happen. So if they earmarked it, there'd be a big price increase. But there's literally no proof of that. That would be guessing. So you reduce supply, you increase demand. It's as simple as that. That's a simple economic law. Reduce supply, increase demand. You want less price? Increase supply, reduce demand. And oil is a perfect example of that. Look at here. Let me pull up crude oil. We know what happened with oil, right? Essentially, back here in April, a Middle Eastern government dumped all of their supply onto the market. Okay, they put all of their supply onto the market. Look what happened. When you flood the market with supply, what happens? That's what happens when you flood the market with supply. Oh my God, what do we do with it? As a matter of fact, it was in the negatives. They were giving it away. They were giving it away. Now, obviously, they stopped this after a while, but the point is, you flood the market, you drop the price. And this happens every single month with XRP. They sell it to the public. They flood the market with coins. It has to stop eventually, and it's going to take roughly 5 years for them to get the rest of it out. Okay. Unless you earmarked it and said I'm not going to sell this, I'm going to give this to the banks only. Well, that would be different because you've reduced supply in effect without ever taking it out. Almost like burning coins, except you're not burning them; you're giving them to someone else special. Right here. I would say demand for XRP would be bought and contracted in bulk, very high volume to the owners who need to store it and hold. Correct, like banks. There needs to be less floating XRP and more hold, such as inside the network for transports. Right. If you had 30 billion of the possible XRP coins just for the banks to move them around, well, then you would have reduced the supply for regular people like us by a large percentage, and that would increase demand. Okay. I think cause for XRP rise would be based on Moore's Law for fintech. Absolutely what Moore's Law just said. Okay. What he just said. Look up Moore's Law. That's exactly right. These are laws, not theories. This is Economics 101. That's why I call this Chartonomics 101. All right. My chart is saying XLM will hit 74ish and then something happens. You mean short term or long term, Dre? Do you believe XRP is following a repeat cycle? Absolutely not, Rob. I believe it's already done its repeat cycle. If it does do a repeat of what it did here, the problem is it's got twice as much resistance to go through in the same amount of time. And like I said, that would go against every fundamental of the charts. That would go against every single fundamental. Well, what I've learned about fractals, after I was kicked out of the other one, I actually went to a online seminar of a guy who does fractal trading, except he doesn't do crypto. Okay, he does other stuff. And he actually broke down some crypto stuff. It was like I want to say a 2-hour class. Might have been longer than that. I don't remember. Anyway, I paid for it. It's pretty cool. It was worth the money. But he kind of explained that fractals are more or less just price action. Okay, and the price action is easier to read regular than it is to read fractally, because once you try to compare fractals on different time frames to themselves, then you don't actually read the accurate price action. What you're looking for is the same price action on the same time frame on the same asset. Okay, you can't look at the 1 hour and then look at the 13-day and then say, okay, these are similar, because what you're looking at is just simple price action 101. Okay, the price action is easier to read than it is to try to do that. It's just simple. Okay, you can look at price action and go, okay, yeah, we got some up coming here, and then we got some down coming. You're doing the same thing as you would with fractal, only you're not hopium yourself to the point where you think you're going to some god-awful number. Could we repeat the same thing? Sure. But the problem is it's going to take twice as long to do that. Okay? And even if it does take twice as long, you have no assurance of where it's going to go exactly. So I've been told that this thing is going to the moon the entire time I've been in crypto, which is 2 years now. I bought my first XRP at 32 cents. I watched it go to 50 cents. Me and my boy Andrew were flipping out while we were riding down the road, because it was 50 something cents, and I made $800 profit in like a minute. I was so happy, and then that son of a bitch dumped on me, okay? And it dumped and dumped, and it hasn't stopped since. It turns out it's just been big, long retracement trying to find support. It finally found some support, and it's finally going to try to come up. Only it's not going to go fast. It's not going to go fast. This $32, in my opinion, is years down the road. It's going to go to 30 cents, 45 cents, 60 cents, $1.15-ish, $1.82-ish, $2.50-ish, all-time high, down, and then all-time high again, and then we can try to get up. And that's going to take a long time, okay? These are all targets that's got to get hit. It's just the way it works. I don't want that to be like me being negative Nancy, because the gains are here. I'll show you here the percentage gains to be made if you were to buy today. I mean, you're looking at still 12,000%. That's really good. On the inverse of that, I'll show you this. This would, in this time frame, you can make 12,000%, right? If we do the same move for MIF, the same move, okay, for Mithril, the exact same thing as XRP. Would you rather be in XRP, or would you rather be in Mithril that has 1.42 million% available? 1.5. Call it 1.5% available to the same time frame as XRP. Would you rather get 12,000% or 1.5 million%? Let's say 1.5 million is unrealistic, right? Let's say half of that is realistic. That's 750,000% compared to 12,000%. Let's say that 50% is ridiculous. Let's say only 25% of that is legit. So that's 350,000% compared to 12,000. Let's say a tenth of that is legit. That's 15,000% compared to XRP at 12,000%. Which one would you rather do? I'm going to tell you right now, I would rather make more somewhere else than hoping that XRP gets regulations that have no shot at going through yet, and just, praying. I'm not going to pray, bro. The charts tell me when to buy and sell. The charts tell us all when to buy and sell. I'm not going to sit here and hope that something happens. I'm going to find my points, work the technicals over and over and over again until I find my spots. I'm going to start on a monthly and work my way down to the 4 hour, and I'm going to find exactly when this shit comes in and out. Because I made a mistake this last week and not looking at the monthly and the weekly hard enough, and I got stuck on the daily, and it cost everybody, and that sucked because we all could have made some more money, and that was my fault. So it's all here, man. The answers are here. Am I telling you that Mithril is going to go 1.5 million %? It's possible, but I can't guarantee that. What I can guarantee you, though, is I don't think XRP is going anywhere real fast. That is a personal guarantee. And it's not going anywhere real fast. Other charts will move faster. XLM, for example, will move faster. Link, Cardano looks very similar to XLM. It will move faster. VET will move faster. Tezos will move faster. We've already seen several other coins make the move that Mithril is about to make. It will move faster. So, I'm just telling you, I don't want you to get stuck on something and get your heart set on something like XRP and continue to get your heart broke, because I remember I was part of a stream before, and I would watch guys come in and they'd get their hopes up because they'd watch some hopium and they'd be ready to go. And then when it didn't go, they'd have this dump of sadness and they'd sell their assets, or they'd get mad and they'd cuss everybody out and leave. We've seen that happen several times, and I tried to talk guys down off the cliff back then. It sucked, and I don't want to see that happen. Let's see. You're welcome, blockchain. I hope I answered your questions right, and I'm sorry if I'm not giving you the hopium you came for. I think it's a technical style and not based on time frames, because we have gone over hundreds of days longer than less cycle in previous cycles. Correct. Most XRP goes back into escrow. It's not a flood. Correct. That's the thing, man. And the longer they put this shit back in escrow, the longer it takes to get it back out. Okay. So they don't even sell it all when they do sell it. If they sold too much of it at one time, well, the chart would drop dramatically. So, you know what I mean? Like, this is just kicking the can farther down the road. You're short. You're short on XLM. I see you, Dre. I'm sorry. I was getting to it, bro. Yep, I see you. You're under the 200. Look, it's under the 200 on the daily. Failing to hold it. My man, it's coming down, bro. Yeah, we're bearish on the MACD. Let's see. RSI is going down. Stochastic coming down. We got a pivot anywhere to catch? S1's way down there, my man. That's 67 cents on the pivot. Ooh, we're about to get a death cross too. I don't like that. I don't like that, bro. This is why I want to hold off on stuff, man. Everything is super touchy right now. That's why the title of this video is Possible Drop, because it's right there. I mean, this is another one of those situations like One Harmony and Dusk where it couldn't break the 50, where Algo and some other ones did break the 50 and they come up and popped and hit the 100. But this one didn't do that. It stayed under. And it's actually getting pinned down. I don't like this, man. This got a long way to come down. Oof. I'll be really careful here. It can get held up. That's good. If it can get held up in this support zone here, that's fine. But I kind of like S1 here. I do. I don't know, man. I know what you're seeing, but that's scary. That's got a long way to come down if it goes. All right. Look, let's see. Fibonacci is a fractal formula, pi ratio. Absolutely. That's why it's called the golden ratio, okay? I know that sucks to hear. But this is why the technicals work. I got a whole video on why Bitcoin chart is technical. Same thing for XRP. I could do one for every one of them. Very rarely does it not line up. The TA lines up about 75% of the time. Hence why we say the system that we have, that we trade with, is about 75% accurate. Okay? It's pretty accurate. 75% is really good. The 25% sucks now because you're going to get burned sometimes. You just got to know that when you play with fire, you get burned. We need to look at liquidity of XRP versus... XRP has way better liquidity. Way better. Way better. You can easily buy coins at any level on XRP. I don't know about that for Myth, especially when we start putting big money in this, okay? I know you can put whatever you want in the XRP, and they continuously just feel that being back up. Thank you for your information. You're welcome, Rob. Thank you for hanging out and talking and chatting a little bit. That's awesome of you. You didn't have to stay. I appreciate that. I know your other side over there that you hang out with is kind of your gig, and that's cool. And I appreciate you coming over here and hanging out with us. It takes a bigger man to come over here and talk than it does to not, essentially. So that's cool of you, and I appreciate it. You might already be gone, and that's fine too. Either way, I appreciate you coming and hanging out. Let's see. Blockchain says 100x I thought pretty optimistic and time frame reasonable. Yeah, here's another thing, Blockchain. I want to show you something. What we saw, you've never watched before. So I'm going to pull up some coins that have already done a certain move. Okay, I got it right here on this list called coins that are ahead. Okay, and what I mean by that is from the June 19th point up, we had a technical reversal. Okay, that technical reversal from that point looked really nice and made a really good move, and a lot of people made some money on it. Okay, but some of the people got out too early, and I actually told some people to get out too early, and I kind of I bit the bullet on that one. But people still made good money on it, and that basically measuring from the June 19th point and pulling a fib from the top down and getting a reversal point kind of told everybody what was going to happen. Okay. So I'll go to June here and pull down. What we see here is a steady, solid move over the pivot all the way up to the 786, 886 area. We're over top of 886 right now on Zeal, and it's holding up right here, which is, well, we're under 886. We're over 786. I kind of want this to get up over here. It kind of needs to get up over here. Okay, but either way, this thing is way up here, okay? Now I'm going to go to a different chart. OMG, for example. Very similar. Another coin that's ahead. This is right here, this June, July area. We'll pull down and measure up. Oops. You see here, we went right through the 786, 886 area. We went all the way up to 1414. And that's an important level to remember because this 1414 level shows up a lot. All right, we can do that on Digibyte. This is a good one to look at. All right, so we pull this same spot. June 19 area, May, June, doesn't really matter, one of them. And down, look, again, 1414. Blew right through the 786, 886, but it went right to 1414. This happened on multiple different charts. Now, we find other coins that have not made this move yet, okay? Algorand would be one of them. A lot of stuff on this chart, so I'll pull up a different Algo chart. I'll actually do it over here on CoinTrader. I'll pull it up here, and you can kind of see this. All right, so look, they're not even in June on this chart. That's how new Algorand is. This is what I mean by coins that are new, that are going to move faster and harder because they lack resistance, okay? And they're going to have an easier path to go up. Now, this is just a June, okay? The same move that we saw Digibyte, OMG, Zeal, ADA, Matic, and a bunch of other ones make. From the June area to the bottom, from where we're at right now, up to 1618. I'll go 1414, okay, because the other ones did 1414, right? 3,760%. This same move, which is this move right here, this move on Digibyte was worth, here's the really cool thing. I like doing this, okay? This is why technicals are so good. From, what was it, like 382 over there on Algorand to 1414 was 700% on Digibyte. 700%. Look at that. That's cool, right? From about 382 to 1414 was 700%. Algo, from the 382 line to 1414, 3,000%. That's amazing. Now, after that, there's no resistance up here. So there's nothing to stop it at 1414. It's more likely to go to the golden ratio number of 1618. Digibyte has resistance up there, so it got stopped. It hit a patch of resistance and had to fall down and retrace some, just like Zeal did, OMG, and some other ones, okay? Dragon Chain, a couple of Electronium. They all hit that point and had to pull back down first. There's none of that. There's none of that over here on Algorand. And not only this, look at how many of these other charts look just like Algorand or similar. All these in green have thousands of percent available. Okay? Thousands of percent available. This same move on XRP. Because let's be fair and say maybe XRP could do the same thing, right? I mean, who's to say it couldn't? We've seen other coins do it. Why wouldn't XRP be any different than any other coin? Being fair and realistic, let's do it. I got no problem with being fair. So from June area to the bottom, we have available to 1414, 200, or basically 300%. So Algorand is 3,000%. XRP is 300%. See the difference here? This is, again, what adds on to the stack of me saying that XRP is not the best looking chart out here. This adds to it. This makes me think that XRP is one of the worst charts because I've got other charts that far outperform it numbers wise. Okay? In the long run, is 12,000% really good? Yes, but you could take what you make on Algorand, One Harmony, Myth, Ontology, and Dusk. Those would gain you 800 times the money that you could then put into XRP and still catch a lot of the XRP percentage up. Okay? That's simple mathematics. Why wouldn't you want to do that? This is why I sold all but 1,000 XRP that I had. I was a 2%er. Okay? You can do the math on how much XRP I had. I only have 1,000 now. And that's just 1,000 put on my ledger, and I'm not looking at it. I'm not even going to look at it. That's a lot of stuff I sold, okay? I need you to know there's a reason why I sold all that, because I found better looking charts. Simple as that. When you break down these technicals and you remove the emotion, this is what you get. Eyeing Zeal to make 1414. Let's look at that. Where's it at? There it is, Zeal. Right, okay, so if Zilliqa went to 1414 from where it's at now, let's have a look at it. About here to 1414. That's another 300%. You'd make the same money in Zeal that you would in XRP. So pick. Which one would you rather have? Which one's going to fall the farthest? I think Zeal has farther to fall than XRP does. Now I think Zeal will move faster up, but XRP won't fall as far because XRP has more support than Zeal does. Makes sense? Liquidity, then it would have less supply and more demand. Correct. By laws of supply and demand, you're correct, Darth. Now Myth has decent supply, decent liquidity, decent. But Bottom line, these technical decisions, not fractal fairy tales. 100%, dude. That's all there is to it. There's no guessing over here. I don't guess. I'm trying to be as legit and hardcore as I can. I'm trying not to pull punches. Sorry, I'm commenting back on people. All right. All right, let's see. I think I answered everybody's questions. Oh, if y'all haven't, like or shared this or whatever, that's cool. You can like and share it because the more people we get, the better. As y'all know, I don't take tips. I don't want anybody's money. Once we actually hit monetization level, I'm going to turn Super Chat on, and any tips that we get, I'm just going to give away. 100% all giveaway. And in fact, in 1 day from now, the giveaway starts, and I'm going to have tomorrow. I'll announce what the giveaway is, but I'll have it ready. Anybody in the group who posts up charts and shows up on the live will be put into the drawing. I'm going to do a random drawing and give away the giveaway amount of money that I got, and whoever gets it, congratulations. I don't want it. This is from the t-shirt sales that we did. Those t-shirt sales will go into the donation stuff, and any other money that gets donated, plus the money I threw in just to get y'all spurred up and wanting to do stuff. We're going to have a big giveaway coming up, okay? We'll just have a big giveaway coming up. And once we do get monetized, all that'll be given away also. I don't want anybody's money. I don't want you to give me anything. I want you to invest your own money in something that you learned here. That's as simple as that. So we're not far from 1,000 subscribers now. We're at like 750 almost, or 740 something. But it was 600 and something a month ago. So that's like 100 a month. So it ain't gonna be long. It will be monetized. And once we are monetized, Super Chat will be on. Y'all guys can donate, and I'll give it away. Simple as that. I don't want any money from anybody. And like I said, anybody who posts charts and shows up for the lives, money's yours. All you gotta do is claim it. Simple as that. Anybody? Yeah, I know of you, Rob. Yeah. Because here's the thing. There's like 5 Robs. Okay. Because I can't remember all the Robs. It's impossible. There's XRP Rob. There's Rob XRP. There's Rob XRP Goat. There's just Rob. So it's like I don't remember all of them. It just gets complicated. Just gets complicated. Right. Did somebody actually post that? Did you actually post that, Darth? Did I miss that? I don't remember. So yeah, last time, who was it that won? Was it Mr. Phibb? Mr. Phibb won 100 XRP. I think that's what it was, wasn't it? I remember the first 2 test numbers were 1 and 18, and those were my numbers. I was like, so the 2 numbers that I had got picked on the test. I was like, there's no way I'm going to win now. But yeah, Mr. Phibb won that. He won 100 XRP. This one will be much bigger, okay? And once I do the announcement, we'll see how much is in there, and out goes the money to y'all. All you got to do is show up and do your thing and to get the money. Simple as that. Anybody got any other charts? It's 1:30 a.m. Some of us hardworking normal people who still have regular jobs because they don't have enough money to put into crypto are going to go to bed at some point here. Hey, night, Rob. We'll see you later, brother. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate the conversation. The civility was very nice. And you didn't have to show up and do that, and I appreciate you for that. That was super cool of you. Anybody got any other charts they want me to pull up real quick? Oh, God, you want to see Wine Chain? Are you sure about that, EJ? I say let's do it. You know me, I don't care. What's Wine Chain? Wine Chain. Thank you very much, Rob. I appreciate you being civil, dude. We need more civility, and we need less instant block buttons and less instant cancel buttons. Because some of us got canceled for absolutely no reason. As a matter of fact, about 25 or 30 people in here got canceled for no reason. You know what? Wine Chain kind of looks a lot like Algorand, don't it? It looks a lot like Algo. So, first, let's measure the overall. Right, so I mean, there's 73,000% available in Wine Chain. Because guess what? I'm going to put some money in. Some Wine Chain. You know, this is a really... Here's another thing about me, Rob. I don't look for green charts. I look for red ones. Because I don't buy green, I buy red. Because I can look at the technicals and find the spot to buy. Absolutely, Rob. It's very well documented. Very well. Me and about 25 other people in here were cast away. And you said you bought this already and lost some money on it, EJ. Either way, there's a lot of money to be made in Wine Chain, and I really like the similar look of the way this kind of moves like Algorand. June, July. Oh, this one's going to be August. Okay, so it did a similar thing to Zeal, only it fell harder. You see that? So what's it got to 1414 when all this is finally done? Well, see, this one's going to be like 1272. Or maybe it'll be 1414. Maybe it'll wick up. That's 426%. So that's more than Zeal. And that's more than XRP. And then overall, you've got, like we said just a second ago, you've got a massive amount. Like 72,000%. Yeah, you've got a lot here. From this point up. Yeah. 70,000%. That's a lot. That's a lot. Wine Chain has a lot of percentage available, and it'll move much faster because you only have a less amount of lines than XRP also. These resistance zones are smaller. You're right at 786. So you've got 5 lines. The resistance areas are smaller. So it's going to take a little bit to get up there, but you got 70,000% available, which is great. It's great. Let's see. Thank you for visiting us, simpletons. Yeah, simpletons.com over here. What other channel did I have a problem with? I had a problem with nobody, first of all. I'll say the Owl channel. I was asked not to come back because technicals don't line up with what was being given. And once I was teaching technicals, I was told there's only one quarterback, and I could go do something somewhere else. And then I was told, fuck those guys. Let's fuck them over like they're fucking us over. I actually have screenshots of all this. And it had nothing to do with me. But 2 other guys got into it. And one of those guys is a right-hand man now. And I got escorted to the sidelines. I got blocked from Twitter. I got blocked from a bunch of other stuff. That's the way it goes. Yes, all those you just listed, Rob. All those you just listed. I was escorted to the sidelines. Whenever my Twitter's reactivated, because my Twitter was locked up on me the last couple of days because someone reported a bunch of my posts. I know exactly who it was, by the way. I'm not going to name names, but I know exactly who it was. The same person who gave me a thumbs down on this video. Hey, I appreciate you showing up, Blockchain. Please come back. And if you want to talk some more, we have a Telegram group. You see it listed right here at the bottom. It says my name right there with the little triangle symbol. If you want to download Telegram and text me, we can add you to a group of guys who do this all day long, 24/7. It never stops. We do technical analysis 24/7, nonstop. But I appreciate you showing up, brother. Thank you. You have a good night. No, I don't. No, not necessarily, Rob. The thing is, I don't do hopium. I don't care about the news. I don't care about what Blockchain Backer says. I don't care about what Jolly says. I don't care about what Bearable Bull says. I'm blocked from Kevin Cage and I'm blocked from the Owl guy. So what's the point in being in their Telegram group? I don't really see a point. I've several different times tried to extend the olive branch, and some of the other guys in the group have tried to extend the olive branch, and we were pretty much met with a big no. So it's not really a problem on our side. I would love to have some guys come over here and chop it up with us and talk, you know what I'm saying? That'd be great, but I don't feel like that's a similar sentiment that's shared anywhere else. Like, this is me trying to say this the nicest way possible, because dude, I'm a dick sometimes, okay? And like, I'm trying to be a better person. Rug talked to me about this a lot. He was like, stop getting mad. I was like, dude, you don't understand. I've been ostracized for something I didn't even do. And he's like, I would be upset too, but just chill, dude. It's fine. He was like, just do your thing, and you'll be all right. Just do your thing and don't worry about anybody else, and you'll be all right. And I'm like, that's all good and well, but now I'm getting blocked on Twitter by the same certain people. Like, come on, man. It's got to stop. I'm here doing the real thing. Like, I seen that poll that Tim posted, and it was, who's your favorite influencer? Blockchain Backer, who can't fill out a fib set, who's guessing 60 cents by the end of the month? Is it the Owl guy, who literally, okay, you know how I feel about that. Is it Jolly, who steals information from across the web and sells it for $2,000? Or is it Crypto Wolf, who posts charts that have no meaning at all and posts hopium news constantly? Exactly what technicals have I even talked about right then? 4 people. I didn't name any technicals. The same. I don't know, man. It frustrates me. We can do better. And if we can do better, why don't we do better? Let's do better. Let's all get smarter and stronger together. I don't see the problem. If someone's got one point of view, I'll be happy to hear it. Don't tell me that's the only way. My way probably isn't the only way. I know that. There's guys out here who just use fib circles only, and those guys are really freaking accurate. Now, I've had some luck with fib circles, but Alpha is better with fib circles than I am. I'll go ahead and tell you he is, because I've seen his charts. His are more accurate than mine, and I'm pretty close, but he's even more accurate. And I'm like, okay, well, he's got something here that I'm going to pay attention to. What Dre just mentioned earlier about using the cloud, the AEMA, and the MACD, and he's making profit with it. Dude, that's great. He made a trading system, and it's like, bam, I want to hear it. No, I'm not looking for 15 cents, Rob. I'll pull up my chart on XRP, and I'll show you what I'm looking for. I shared this to TradingView right about the same time I got blocked on Twitter, or I got my account suspended. I'll show you here. This is what I'm looking for. I had this, by the way, is the wired mouse and not the wireless, man. This has been great. This mouse hadn't let me down once. $5 mouse for the win. Here you go, Rob. As you see, the indicators are starting to wear out. The RSI is curling over but not down. The stock RSI is so high. Okay. We're over support. Now that's the kicker. Because we're over support, I can't guarantee you this is going to happen. We got enough support here to make me hesitate. But that 200 MA hasn't been touched in so long. It hasn't been touched since July. Okay? It's going to get touched again. It's the strongest magnet on the chart. And look what lines up perfectly with that. The 886 line. The second sniper line. Okay? I got to think that's going to happen at some point. If we stall out here at this 50 monthly fib, right here, if we stall out at 267-ish, and we dip back down, we're going to hit the pivot again. That's a given. And we're going to come on down. I'm sorry, that's the way it works. It's going to have to retrace and it's going to fail. And if it does fail, it's going to come down here and hit that 200. These MAs are starting to reset. We've already got the 50 cutting through the 100. They're resetting. You're going to get the 200, 100, 50 order, and they're going to pinch down. And when they do, we'll get that price action that we want. But until then, we got some testing to do. And, I mean, really, 22 cents for sure. And possible 20 cents. Because there's more support down here than there is up here. Okay, there's just that way. That's all there is to it. There's all this support down here to keep it from going too far. Can it go to 15 cents? I've been wrong before, so sure. I just don't see that happening. I like 22 cents and 20 cents for sure. One that's going to have 22 cents is going to happen. 20 cents I can't be positive on, and more price action I get, the closer I can get to telling you exactly. But I need to see some more price action first. I need some more data. I don't do it without data. I'm a data guy. I want data, and I want to be able to analyze that data. And I can't do it without. I want to see something first. That's all there is to it. I got to see my points first. I don't guess. No guessing. No guess zone. Hey man, it's 1:45 here too. I'm about to go to bed too. I appreciate you showing up. Thank you, sir. Oh, you sub. That's awesome. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm not looking for 15 cents. There's too much support there. There's too much support. We got all this massive support down here to stop it. I mean, all the way down to 17.5. All this shit's in the way. It's got to push through all this shit. Now, I just don't see that happening. You're talking about mimicking something and just mimicking it for the sake of mimicking it, and I don't. Not something I'm trying to hear. Just because is not a reason enough for me. 1600 S&P, yes, that happened. All right, anybody got anything else? It's 1:45, like Rob just said. At some point, us humans have to hibernate. Boy, my phone is probably blowing up, or oh shit, it is. Oh shit. Phone's blowing up. All right, anybody got anything else, y'all? Anybody who's not talking, I appreciate y'all showing up. You're welcome, Darth. We'll have details on the giveaway coming up tomorrow. Anybody who needs to know, just do your chart thing, and I'll pin it up to the top so everybody knows what's going to happen. And we'll have a big giveaway, and somebody's going to make some money just for showing up and doing some simple brotherly things. All right, y'all. I appreciate everything. We was badass. We had 18 people on here at one point. That's cool with me. That's better than one. So I'm happy with that. Y'all keep it going. I'm going to get into bed. Night crew handle the telegram. We'll see y'all fellas at 5:30 a.m. because that's what time I get up to go to work. Till then, I appreciate y'all. Next stream